All right, I'm Jonathan Z. Smith, born in Brooklyn, New York, a while ago. I think the first thing that interested me in religion was when I was very young, and decided not to eat animals, and was looking for some fancy reason for that, and that led me to read some religious folks who said things like that. I didn't know much about them, but it always was good when Aunt Tilly would say, "But you must eat chicken," and I'd say, "The Buddha didn't," and so that was about it. And when I went to college, I was a philosophy major, and I got interested in Greek philosophy and the theory that Greek philosophy and Greek myth were related very closely to each other. So I asked my favorite philosophy teacher where I should go to get a degree in Greek mythology. And he told me I should go to Yale Divinity School and study the New Testament because it was the biggest piece of Greek mythology around. And I, being very serious, did not understand he was joking, so I went to Yale Divinity School and studied the New Testament, and that's how I became in the field of religion. And I've always thought that probably has been influential on me. It was not a lifelong interest. And part of what I do with religion and part of what interests me about it is that for someone who has extraordinary faith in reason and rationality, it's so nuts, and if you can find some sense to the nuts, then that's a job worth doing, so that's what I do. But surely it was a joke, and what going embarrasses me is I didn't get the joke. Well, of course, in those days, before the change in the profession, because of state universities and all of that, you couldn't go to an MA and PhD in religion out of college as a religion major. You had to go to a Christian divinity school and get a Bachelor of Divinity degree. Now, of course, since I'm not Christian, that's a little complicated, and so we negotiated to take 2 years of a BD. And I went and told my mother, I'm going to this divinity school, and her only sentence was that if you come back a priest, that's okay, but if you come back a rabbi, never enter my house, because I'm not hearing you tell me I'm using the wrong pots and pans. And that was the entirety of the discussion. So that, no, they always thought religion was an interesting topic, and why shouldn't one be interested in it?